Come on, let's read another book together. This time, we're going to read a book that's great to read in the fall time. Its name is When the Leaf Blew In. That's the name of the book. What do you think this book's going to be about? We look at all the things on the picture. Yep, it's going to be about some leaves and something about animals and certain kind of animals. Those animals all live in the barn. I think it's going to be about some animals at a farm. Something to do about a leaf though. So let's see what it is. So again, the name of the book, When the Leaf Blew In. When the leaf blew in. When the leaf blew in, the cow sneezed. Ah, 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 chew! The leaf came down and went by his nose. It tickled his nose and made him need to sneeze. Ah, 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 chew! When the cow sneezed, achoo, that spider landed on the owl. I think when he sneezed, it made the spider fall out of his web. And he went over and he landed on the back of the owl. On the back of the owl. The owl, maybe he was sleeping, but that kind of surprised him. So what did the owl do? Well, when that spider landed on that owl, the owl, this is one of my favorite words, swooped out of the barn. He swooped. Swooped means he kind of flew out. Something's going to happen with the pig. When the owl swooped out of the barn, the pig was frightened and he kind of dove into the mud. Look at his face. Ah, he's surprised. And he dove into the mud. Looks like he got pretty dirty. Who do you think's next gonna come? What can you tell me? What you gonna think? You're right. It's gonna be that something's gonna happen to the goat. When that pig dove into that mud and got dirty, the goat kicked over the bucket. He kicked over that bucket. Clatter, clatter, clatter. I bet that made a lot of noise. Who's that? It's a chicken. When the goat kicked over the bucket, the chicken spun around and around and around. I bet he got a little dizzy. Let's use our thinker brains. Who do you think's going to be the next one? We don't see all of them, do we? I see some hoofs. What's going to be next? Let's see if we're right. Did you guess that it was a horse? Good for you. Good for you. When the chicken spun around and around, that horse reared up on his back legs and neighed. He's kind of watching out so he doesn't step on the chicken, I think. Oh, I think we know here's going to be some more animals. When the horse reared up and neighed, the sheep leaped over a barrel. Wow, that'd be pretty high up to get over the barrel. Oh, I know who's next. When the sheep leaped over that barrel, the duck jumped into the pond. Splash, splash. You know who's next. You guys are getting good at telling the story with me. When the duck jumped into the pond and made a great big splash, that frog hopped onto a lily pad. When the frog hopped onto the lily pad, bzz, the dragonfly buzzed across the sky. So he's making a loud noise. Bzz, bzz. What's going to happen if he's making a loud noise? A puppy, a dog, is sleeping. Bzz, bzz. When the dragonfly buzzed across the sky, the dog woke up and he started chasing that squirrel. Oh my gosh, there's a lot going on. It's getting so busy here out on the farm. When the dog woke up and chased that squirrel, that bird flew up into the tree, into all the leaves, and made all the leaves rustle and make noises. And he knocked down some of the leaves, and the leaves started to float down, down, down. And one flew into the barn where our cow was, remember? And uh-oh, what do you think's gonna happen? I can tell, look. The cow is starting to sneeze. He's starting to sneeze. Achoo! Uh-oh. I think everything's gonna start all over again. The cow, remember at the beginning of our book? The cow sneezed. That was at the very beginning of the book. And when he sneezed, he started things happening. And I think so. I think at the end of our book, with that leaf coming in, everything's going to start over again. And I bet this next time when you read the book with me, you will be able to know what's going to happen next. Parents, we want to introduce some of the books that we choose to read at our center and tell you a little bit about what we love about them, just to kind of give you ideas of types of books that we want you to read with your children. This is one book that we like for 4 reasons. One is it's seasonal. It has to do with some things that right now the children are going to be seeing when they go outside. They're seeing leaves on the tree, leaves changing colors, leaves falling down. The second one is the vocabulary. So it's introducing all the different animals that live on a farm, but a lot of verbs and action words. So for example, they talk about the owl swooping, the pig dove into the mud. So there's great action words in this one. The third thing that we like about this book is that it helps a child to start thinking about what the story's about and to be able to predict. And I love in this book that they have the pictures that even kind of cue the child about what might come next. And the other one is it just kind of helps the idea of a beginning of a story and an end of a story. And this one's kind of a unique one because how the story ends is then you can tie it back to, do you remember something from the beginning of the book? And that it might actually start like the story all over again. Also a reminder to always go to the library. They have the library times where they read a story, and very often they're very seasonal, just like this, as well as they'll have a song or an activity to go along. In addition, there's some wonderful kits that you can ask about that often have 4 or 5 books in it, and they sometimes have a song in there and some finger puppets, might have a little video clip. Each one of them is a little bit different, but you can inquire about them, ask about these prepared kits, and you can check them out. They go fast, people love them, so you'll want to reserve it with your library card.